Yeah, he's making me proud.
He's
I
making
just
a
seen
lot
him
of
the other
people
day and
proud.
grabbed him. I said, "You're making me proud, bud."
That's cool. You guys still talk a little bit?
Oh yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
I see him. He comes out here quite a bit, and we hang out. And I see a lot of guys, and try to. It's anytime I see him at PRI, I'm taking those guys around, trying to introduce them to sponsors and help them out. I'm trying to do my best to help out as much as I've been helped.
Man,
That's the best thing I could do, is just remember where I came from and remember that I had to get a shot to get to where I'm at, and I love being able to help other people and see the smile that comes on their face.
absolutely. You have created a lot of smiles out here. Like I said, a lot of hometown people still talking about Billy Workman Jr. and wanting, hey, when are you going to put him on the show? And tonight was, we want to say, thank you from the bottom of our heart to take your time out of your very busy schedule back there to talk with us. Do you guys have any questions for Billy before we turn him loose?
I just wanted to add that, Billy, I lost my father when I was really young, and I feel really compelled to tell you that your father must be looking down and being very proud of you right now, man.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I felt compelled to tell you that. I just had to say that.
That's cool. Joel, anything for Billy?
I appreciate it.
Billy, you're making.
I wear his ashes around my neck. I got a necklace that
necklace
my
urn.
stepmom sent me after my dad passed, and he was cremated. So they sent me this necklace, and it says "My hero, my dad," and it's a checkered flag little deal, and it's full of my dad's ashes. That's the best way. I'm always, before every race, I grab it and say my racer's prayer every time,
Right
and
on.
it's kind of a ritual. But he's along for the ride. That's the way I look at it.
Awesome.
Man, you're just giving me chills. That's cool, man.
I don't think there's a dry eye in the studio right now, Billy.
You're killing us.
But man, you're making everybody from Oregon proud to take the Oregon name and race it up and down the West Coast and the East Coast. And you're doing a great job, bud. And hopefully we can get you out here to.
Well, I need to win some more. I'll make you more proud.
Well,
that's coming.
It happens.
There's no doubt.
I know what T&E is all about on a race car, man, and. If we can get you out on the West Coast to help perfect that IMCA modified package for the Hornaday cars, that would be awesome to see you come out here and spank some people at the Clare Cup.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'd love to come out there. It's hard. I get a lot of offers to come out and drive cars, but it's a brand loyal deal. You're sponsored by Nike. You're not going to put no Adidas on.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
It's hard to come back and run something that's not your brand. So very, very loyal to Hornaday for everything he's done to me, done for me, and I hope we can get his cars back there. We're working on some IMCA stuff that we'll be able to release a good package that's going to work great. So everything's in the works, and I'm proud to be part of this organization where every day we're learning something new, and that's what's important.
That's what the name of the game is with racing. If you're not learning, you're going backwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Billy,
everything.
Go ahead, buddy.
Go ahead.
So your dad, he was a big fella. He had big shoes, and he's a big bolstery guy. And here's Billy, a little bit littler guy than his dad. We're all proud of you, and your dad was proud of you. He's got some big footsteps for you to fill. But I mean, if you stay true to yourself and keep that big heart you got, and remember where you're from, you'll fill them just fine. We're all proud of you out here, and we hope the best for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right on, bud. Well, Billy, before we get out of here, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about on tonight's show. We appreciate you calling in. It's been fun, and like I said, we can't say it enough. We're proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, and we know we're going to see that car parked in Victory Lane a lot more in 2017, pal.
Yeah. I got up in the rafters last night. Hornaday was yelling at me because I was organizing all my checks up there, make sure we got plenty of room for this year. It's gonna be a good one, bud. You better be ready.
I love it. Awesome.
Oh, man.
Very cool. Well, we're gonna head.
Hey, if anybody's in the vaping industry, I'm making good juice. I promise you, it's all delicious. So if anyone wants to quit smoking and start vaping, I got all the good stuff for you.
There it is.
Attaboy,
and they
Billy.
can contact you how, Billy?
What's that?
How can they contact you?
All right, come on.
Are you there?
He said, how can they contact you for the vape?
Do they email you for the vape, or how do they get their hands on it? Okay, what's that email address?
Have Corey send me a message on my racing page. I'll just send him my cell phone number. You can call me direct.
We'll do that. Can you hear me?
That'll be probably easiest. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll do that, and we're going to get on out of here. We'll go to commercial. Billy, again, thanks for calling, man. It's been great talking with you, and we'll do it again during the 2017 season. What do you say?
Yeah, we'll get the boss on there and see what he has to say about me.
That sounds good.
Absolutely.
You betcha.
All right, take care, Billy.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everything.
All right, best of luck, Billy.
It
Thank
was good catching up with you guys.
You bet. Take care.
Right.
Bye. Awesome conversation. I mean, how cool is it to have that kid call in? And,
way cool.
Oh, dude.
You know, here's the biggest thing. I mean, that just really hits home with me is how humble that young man is, given the situation he's in at the age he's at. I mean, he's not, he's in his early to mid 20s, right? He could be that kid that just
arrogant and out of control. Yeah, no, he's not that at all.
He's not, and
very
that's
mature,
I think
young
that's
man.
the one thing that I really took out of that conversation was number one, that and his dedication to what he's doing. I mean, he's really. This kid's in it to win it.
He gets all that from his father,
He does. Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to cut over to commercial real quick. We're going to be back in about 45 seconds. We're going to have Steve Moore in the studio, and we're going to talk about some things. And we'll be right back in the Jetstream Aqua Massage studio with Northwest Dirt News.
She's real fine, my 409.
The 11th annual Mile to Wild Swap Meet kicks off January 7th, 2017 at 8 a.m. Hot rods, classics, race cars, karts, motorcycles, and everything you need for them, from tools to tires. January 7th, 2017, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lynn County Fairgrounds. Moxie Media Promotions is a proud host of this event, with Corey Penfold and his entire team from Northwest Dirt News on hand. They will be holding meet and greet sessions and autograph sessions for some of your favorite Northwest race car drivers. Come join us. See what you've been missing out on at the racetrack, and don't forget, we'll see you at the races.
Well, that was a very quick 45-second break while we take time to get everybody hooked up here. We're going to talk with Steve Moore. Steve, welcome to the studio. First time here.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. It's kind of nice to be here.
It's pretty cool. It's I'm glad you kind of got here during that conversation with Billy, because I was kind of watching you, and I could see a lot of memories going through your mind as we talked about Big Bill, and you spent some time on that team as well as I did, and Bill was just he was a fun guy to be around, and those days of racing were just, I mean, they were fun. You can't say anything else about them.
Oh yeah, that was a good time back then. Me and Bill were been friends for a long time. I actually bought a race car from him a long time ago, the old white and purple chassis I used to run when they had wedge cars originally.
Yes, sir.
And I think Billy was about 5 years old when I went up there and picked that car up. He was just a little guy. So
Yeah.
Billy's pretty driven. He's got a lot of things he wants to get accomplished, and I think he's well on his way to getting there.
Absolutely, I agree with you strongly. I think everybody else here will too. But
Well put.
we kind of brought you in the studio. We want to talk about, you've got a big event coming up. It's the 11th, I believe, the 11th annual Mile to Wild Swap Meet.
Actually, it's the 12th.
The 12th.
The
It's
12th. I haven't been involved in all 12, but it's been 12 years since it's got started. Tom Meisner and myself started it. The first year, Tom was kind of doing it by himself, and I kind of blended in. And Tom decided to retire a few years back, and I've been doing it ever since.
Well, and it is a very big swap meet. It's large at the Lynn County Fairgrounds. It fills the entire building. It's getting bigger and better every year. I know this is something that, on top of your racing program, on top of working on other customers' cars and building bodies and scaling cars and all that, this is something you work on year round.
Yeah, I do. It's something I do a lot of talking to different people. I go to a lot of swap meets, hand out a lot of flyers, try to promote this thing all year long. And I have a regular job too. I build race cars too. I do bodies. It's tough when you make toilet paper all day long to come and worry about race cars at night and try to promote stuff.
Well, you're doing a heck of a job. So we're going to be at the Lynn County Fairgrounds. I believe it's January 7th.
January 7th starts at 8 o'clock. Going to run till about 3. If you need to come get a booth, you need to call me. Lots of stuff on the internet, Facebook, all over. If you need my phone number, we can actually give it over the air. I really don't care. And we can set up on Friday night. So we're going to be down there from about 5 to 9 on Friday, letting everybody set up. It's great to do it Friday night. You kind of get an overview of what's there. Nobody's rushing in the morning in case there's inclement weather. It's kind of nice to get all done and set up and ready to go and come in and just relax in the morning.
And we've had some weather. I mean, in the past events, there's been some times where it's been fairly cold outside, and guys are showing up unloading in the snow even.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful that day. I always stress about this thing. Sometimes it's a little smaller, sometimes it's bigger. It's kind of a niche about things. I'm trying to make this into a regular swap meet, not just performance or race cars, But it's got started as a race car swap meet, and it'll probably continue, but it's open to everything and anything.
Well, that's kind of something we spoke about, before we did the post on Moxie and the write-up was, it did start off as a race car deal. Now you show up, and this is what I've taken a look around. I've done it for 3 or 4 years for you now as your MC and kind of talking to people. And walking around last year, I think was a really, really good mix of you got your performance cars, you had karts, you had apparel. We had a guy there selling collectible magazines from the 50s. We had hot rod, motorcycle. I mean, a little bit of everything for everybody last year, which was kind of a cool deal to see.
A couple of years ago, we had a young lady selling jewelry.
I remember that. Yeah.
She said it was probably the best swap meet she's ever been to because all the guys felt guilty and bought their wife something before they left.
Nice.
It's stuff like that. I mean, I really appreciate everybody that comes. Excuse my voice today. It's really terrible. But, I appreciate everybody that comes to the swap meet. I don't do this to get rich. It's probably more of a pain in the rear than anything else. I don't make a lot of money at it. But I do it because nobody else does.
Right.
And I enjoy seeing everybody every year. You see me running around there. I'm taking care of stuff all day long. And it's not a big deal, but it's still stressful, and I really appreciate everybody coming, and it's been a great deal. There's not been any problems, and the whole time I've done it, it's more of a gathering for everybody to to find out what's going on for the year. We just had rules and stuff come out for all the tracks. I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday, yep.
And I think we got a schedule coming out for Willamette here really soon.
That's what we were talking about before you arrived. It was looking like we're going to be scheduled for about 20 to 23 shows.
Something like that, yeah.
Which isn't bad. That's better than all the other stuff that people are running around talking about that,
right.
So we got to kill some rumors on top of everything. But, the Mild to Wild, looking forward to that because, you said you don't make a lot of money on this, and anybody that thinks that you're getting rich doing this doesn't understand how much insurance you have to carry on this deal, what that costs you. And only $5 to get in for a customer or, someone to come in to look for parts.
Right.
I mean, you go to any other swap meet, it's a whole lot more than that.
Sometimes it is, and like I say, I'm not a rich guy. I try to do this just to help support my race program, to kind of kickstart my year and to help everybody else's. But if anybody really thinks I make a lot of money, I'll be glad to sell them the swap meet if they want. I mean,
it'd open up a lot of free time, wouldn't
it? It would. I could use that money to continue. But no, it's not a big money maker. I do it because I like to do it. I like to see all the guys there. I go around and talk to everybody. You talk to everybody. It's kind of a big gathering for a lot of people. And, if you've kind of missed some racing, there's actually going to be some racing going on there during the day.
I was going to bring it up, and this is one of the best things about this. I mean, it really is a fun time at the Mild to Wild. We actually break out the track, and we do valve cover races. Have you guys seen this yet?
Uh-huh.
This is fun because last year we had a lot of valve covers show up.
There was quite a few. I think it grows every year, and I have a couple of valve cover racers, and I just pick a couple kids out of the crowd and hand them over, and I kind of walk away and let them have fun, and we give away anything from a trophy. I don't know what we're giving away this year. It might be a great big bag of popcorn. I don't know.
Well, there was a big bag last year, and there was a big trophy, and I think it was like a 10-year-old girl that won everything last year, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. She kicked everybody's butt.
She did. She showed up with a valve cover that was it was unbeatable, and it's cool because you see some creations with these valve covers that I mean, some of them look like open comp late models with sideboards, and some look like a valve cover off a 55 Dodge. I mean,
it's pretty interesting. Yeah, we got wings and little guys hanging on the top.
They do.
That little girl made me feel bad because my valve covers won pretty much every year with somebody else running it. So
yes,
she kind of put me to shame a little bit. I got to step my game up for some little kid this year.
And this is the thing. Steve's valve cover. You look at it and you look at the ones that are coming in. Like his looks like it says Holly on it, right?
It's an Edelbrock. Yeah.
Edelbrock, and it looks like a valve cover. And it's been the dominant valve cover over the past 7-8 years. And this last year, I forgot her name. Cute little thing showed up with a valve cover, and she says, "I'm here to win." And she took it all. No kidding.
I gotta confess, I actually don't own that valve cover. It belongs to somebody else, but I've had it in my possession for quite a while. So.
Well, it's been successful, but last year the title went home with that little girl. I think she was from the Eugene area, even.
Yeah, I think she was hooked up with.
Was it Chris Sign in that gang?
I don't know who it was. I think it's. I really can't remember. I remember her face and I remember who she was with, but I just can't put it.
There was so many valve covers last year too, and it was
Well, you guys are going to have to. There's probably a lot of people out there like myself that have no idea what the heck you're talking about. What do you sit in a valve cover and paddle it? Or, I mean, what's a valve cover race? I have no idea.
Okay, so picture a soapbox derby track. Okay, now we've got a scaled down version of that. It's a big wood track and it's all downhill. Okay, so you got a valve cover and you put your own wheel